Subaqueous here. I'm excited today to share about the library of chords that I've created, and it's a really easy way of organizing different chords because when I was writing out my different harmonies and melodies in my music, I found myself writing the chords over and over. Sometimes I play it with the keyboard, but other times I really know what I want and I just want to drag in or draw in the chord progression. So what I did is I spent a while drawing out all the different chords, organizing them within the circle of fifths in terms of their scale and so on. So it's really easy to now navigate and drop in chords while you're producing and just go from there. So to start, you can download this free live pack that I've created off my website, subaqueousmusic.com. And when you're there, you can just go to Sound Labs, which is all my free articles, tons of information, downloads and stuff, and go over to free Aqua Packs. And within there, you might have to scroll down a bit, but then you'll find the library of chords. And within that, that's where I have this file. So if you scroll down to it, as a basic description, you have to sign up for my newsletter to get it, which will just announce like other free packs and so on. And then here, you're automatically put over to the file where you click that, it downloads it. It's a pretty small file, it's 1.2 megabytes, because just MIDI files really. And when you do, it's going to look like this. A little README for description. And then this is a great resource that I put in with it, which is the Circle of Fifths. And if you know anything about the circle of fifths, it's an easy way of understanding, like if you're in C major, your melodies are in C major and you want to move to G major or F major, you can do that, or you can move over here and these are the minors, and that's the diminished. So within the circle of fifths, you can go anywhere within these chords and it'll sound good. Well, or at least it'll create a tension that will come back to the root of your scale, and that's how you can build really good harmony and story. So with this, what I've done is I've made this with the colors of the live clips in mind. So if you're creating harmony in C major, you'll see that as red, and when you harmonically mix into one of your other tracks or your next section, you can put a different color to it and know what's happening. And this right here is just minors, as like a sheet of colors, so you know what colors are minors as well. This can be super helpful in live sets to create really easy flow with your music in terms of harmonic mixing. Alright, so I've given that in this pack, as well as if you go in the Ableton project, and then you just click there, the chords, it'll open it up. And here it is open. So I'm going to run over the basics of this. What we have here is the different scales. So let's say you're in C, you want to be within C or D flat, D, and so on. Within that, you have this C major scale written out, and then here's all of the chords within that scale. And it's C, which is the root. And then you have second position, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. I'm not going to get too deep on what these numbers mean because that's the basics of the circle of fifths, the basic of harmonic. So you should look that up, and I'll have articles on that. It'll help point you in the way as well over time. But basically, know if you're in the root, that's the first chord you start with. That's the one that sounds the best. Going between the fourth and fifth sounds really good coming back, and the other ones can create tension or move the harmony around. So that's C, and then you got the C minors right there, and so on. So if you want D major, you're writing a song that you want to be D major, it's that. Yeah. Now this is put together so you can just easily see it and play around with it. If you wanted, you could drag an instrument here and then go in between the different chords and hear what they sound like and so on. What becomes really interesting when you're creating a live set not a live set, sorry, when you're in the studio and you're producing, what can be really useful is having this library of chords that I've created for you, which in each one of these is a MIDI file over here. And I've bounced down all the MIDI files into this folder, and it's just chords. And within this, you have all of those MIDI files separated by major, minors. And what you can do is you can just take this folder, the chords folder, and find wherever your live library is, which in my case it's live folder, and then it's just my library right there. You click that, and you can put it however you organize within this. I just, for this tutorial, put the chords right in the first. So now when you're in Ableton, chords show up right there. And let's say you want a track in D major. Right there is your D major. Here's your little clips. You can just drag them in. There's your D major chord. And then I also have these MIDI files. If you're in another DAW, then you can just have these MIDI files and use those, which act pretty much the same way, except for the reason I did this with these Ableton clips is because it keeps the color. So it keeps those within the color wheel that I was describing before, which all of these are in those colors, which is really useful technique. So when you're producing live, you can just drag these and drop these into any arrangement. So I'm going to go from, let's go, where's the root? So here's the root. I'm going to start with a G chord, go over to its fourth. Fifth is always wanting to go back to the root. So you can either go back to the fifth to create that a little more tension. And then if you go back to the root, it's going to really complete that. So there, that's your harmonic structure. And what I find really useful is starting with a harmonic structure, and then I can write my melody over that with my different notes, just kind of twiddle on the keyboard, and then I'm ready to start putting on drums and build from there. Yeah, I hope you find this to be a really useful resource. It took me a long time to create, and I'm excited to share it. So again, go to my website, subaqueousmusic.com. That's where you can download it, and it's just under free aqua packs, which you'll see tons of other free resources. Like I have a hong drum on there, I have glitch effects, all sorts of things. You scroll down, library of chords, and as I say, just work from there. All right, thanks everyone. And subscribe to this YouTube video, this YouTube channel if you want more free resources and discussions on producing music. Or go to my website, follow me on SoundCloud, or download my music would be awesome. And yeah, have a fun time.